you guys thought you could get rid of me? I'm back.
This will be my first sailing yacht. How hard can it be?
None of these other chicks are gonna go for you because you're 20 years younger than them.
Oh,
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Below Deck Sailing Yacht Edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-captain. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Barnacle came to play. Barnaby has arrived. This was his episode. It wasn't his episode. I'm not going to say it's his episode. I think I went too far with that statement. But he made his presence known.
He's like that person who's like lurking in the shade, but he's watching everything and he pops once in a while.
I felt a little uneasy. I felt a little uneasy about some of his actions this episode because you're right. He was in the shadows. And then when the moment was right or wrong, to be honest, he prayed. He prayed on Daisy in particular.
I think that's a strong word.
He plied her with alcohol, and in her moment of weakness, he made his presence known.
Yeah,
and
I wouldn't call it that. Daisy would have made out with a boat. She was drunk.
Boats and hoes. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it was inappropriate. I mean, it pales in comparison to what Ashley did with Gary a couple episodes back. I mean, that was inappropriate, to say the least. But yeah, Barnacle has arrived, and I'm happy about it because I think he's probably been in 3 episodes now, at least, and a little bit of a snooze factor for me. And I said to myself, well, maybe it's the Kelsey effect. Maybe he will start slow and start to bring some entertainment later on. And he's doing it. He's here.
There.
He's here.
He's getting there.
And I'm happy.
Let me ask you this as your co-captain.
Okay.
You just made me a hot toddy.
Oh, boy. You love to tell people that we cannot stop drinking.
Well, I'm not feeling the greatest.
Yeah, that's true.
You made me a hot toddy. What whiskey did you use?
Oh, do you not like it?
I do, but it's different. What whiskey is that?
So we normally use Bullet for you.
Yeah.
In a hot toddy.
I drink Bullet too.
You don't drink it straight. You don't drink it neat.
Well, no, it's not strong enough.
What do you do? Bullet is
I like stronger whiskeys. You know that.
That's true.
I like whiskeys that have a bite.
Barrel strength. But we didn't have Bullet.
Classic.
And all my other whiskeys are a little bit stronger. I didn't want to put that in your cocktail and then have us podcast because who knows what would have happened then. But I used Weller.
Oh.
Which, if you guys know anything about whiskey, it's basically Buffalo Trace. But I have a big bottle of Weller, so
I like
it's
it,
smooth.
but I can taste that it's different.
Not to turn this into a whiskey podcast, but Weller is a wheated bourbon, so it's a little softer, it's a little smoother.
Don't sailors drink whiskey?
Sure.
No, it's rum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, I mean, we are sailors and we drink whiskey.
Yeah, and on Parsifal 3, they drink anything, really.
Oh, that's very true.
So I'm drinking myself a beer, you're drinking a hot toddy over there. And
it's very good.
Good, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I forgot to tell you it was a different whiskey in there. But look at how good your palate is.
So good.
Such a discerning palate. Even between the honey and the lemon juice, you can still taste that.
It's a really good honey I put in. It's lavender honey.
It's craft honey.
Shout
out the honey place. Is it?
Yeah,
I forget what it's
Savannah.
called. Savannah Honey Company, probably.
Something like that.
Check it out. On that main road in front of the water, there's a little honey.
Too bad we don't get the honey from Marcel and what's her face?
Anna.
Yeah. It's 90 Day, guys, if you don't watch.
Yes. Anyway, we're not talking about 90 Day. We're not talking about whiskey. We're talking about Below Deck, episode 14. Before we do, a couple housekeeping items. Make sure you're following us on social media at Married to Reality Pod. We want you guys over there because then we can talk to you guys. We can keep you updated. You can see our memes. You can like them. You can share them. It's a good time on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook too, Married to Reality. Yeah. We're getting some more followers over there. So check us out on social media, on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Also, make sure you're following the podcast. Okay, wherever you're listening this very moment, look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as Scarlett's dress because I liked it.
Oh, I didn't notice
It
that.
looked like a mini dress. First, I
sounds
was
like
like,
I would like it too.
first I thought, what is she wearing? I don't like it. But then they did some closed up shots. And I'm like, I actually do like it.
Describe it for our friends.
It's very summery. It's very summery.
What color was it?
like orange.
Oh, it was an orangey, like pastel.
Yeah.
Yes, I do recall.
Like pastel,
she wore
yeah.
it to dinner.
Yes.
I do recall that. Yeah, especially like it's as hot as Scarlett, just in general.
Well, I did that before, so.
Oh, well, you can't repeat yourself, so smash it like it's as hot as her dress then.
Exactly.
There you go.
So
All right.
this is my segment, Jonathan.
I like to add on. We build off each other.
We do.
Okay?
But.
We're co-captains.
But.
We're co-captains. Not one of us steers the ship. We
Well,
both.
I'm steering the ship when it comes to smash like it's hot.
You sure are. As long as you don't smash into any rocks. Iceberg, right ahead. As long as you don't smash into...
Was it a Titanic reference?
That was my Titanic reference. I'm king of the world.
Oh, you sure are.
All right, so you're smashing it like it's hot. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, if you could leave us a review, 5 stars would be awesome. But whatever you think we deserve, you can rate on Spotify. You can rate and review on Apple Podcasts. If you do write a review, and it is 5 stars, we'll read it Monday nights on the 90 Day Fiancé podcast.
Yes.
All right, so a little something to look forward to for all those 5-star reviews. All right, that is the housekeeping. Let's do my favorite segment of this episode. We do it every episode. It is Boat Name this segment because Parsifal 3, nah. Weak. What kind of name is Parsifal 3?
But really, what kind of a name is that?
I really don't know.
I would never name my boat that.
And I want to see Parsifal 1. If we've gotten to 3,
you're
let
right.
me see, is 3 better? Are we getting better
I would hope
with every
so.
iteration?
I would
or
hope
is
so.
1 the best, and then 2 is the middle child, the middle boat, and then 3 is the baby boat? But I don't know. Who cares? Because we don't call this boat Parsifal 3. We name it ourselves. We watch the episode. We say, what went on in this episode? And then we name the boat in accordance to that.
Absolutely. Are you ready? How many names do you have, by the way?
I only have 2.
Okay, me too.
Okay.
Good. Because I feel like we went from having one name as we planned to having
7.
multiple all the time and just like competing.
Yeah. It depends when I remember to name the boat, to be honest. If I remember while we're watching the episode, oh yeah, we need to come up with boat names, I might have 3 or 4. If it's right before we podcast and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have boat names, I usually have 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So that's what happened here.
That's what happened here
it
too.
was a last
Yeah, I'll
minute
be honest.
naming ceremony.
Yes.
But let's do it. Ladies first, as always. Teresa, what is your first boat name for this week?
Okay. My names are not very strong on this episode,
boy.
but it'll be fun.
You had a fantastic one last week, let me say. It was
Right?
something with like sexy or
It was sexylicious.
sexy-licious.
Absolutely fantastic.
Tough to top. It's
All
going to
right.
be tough to top.
All right. My boat name number 1 is the Drama Queen.
I actually love that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. You know what? It sort of is reminiscent
Not
of...
just Drama Queen, the Drama
That's
Queen.
why I like it. And it's reminiscent of Ozark. I think, what do they name? Oh, the Missouri Belle, I think they named it.
Yeah, they did.
But it had the...
Uh-huh.
Right. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
That's really good. The Drama
Thank
Queen.
you.
Yeah, because it is. It causes all sorts.
for sure.
That boat is the cause of all sorts of drama.
Absolutely.
Love
All
it.
right, you go.
Let me go. And as I always do, I will explain the name before I hit you with the name.
Classic.
So they had to anchor this boat and then tender everything in. They had to tender the guests in. They had to tender the provisions. Right? They take the small boat, the tender, and they bring it to the main boat. Love me tender.
Ooh, I like that.
Love me tender, Teresa. Because
I
the
like that.
tender was a main player in this episode.
I thought you were going to say chicken tenders. But,
I love those.
but I love it. I love me
All
tender.
right, I think 2 good names to start.
All right.
Don't
all
let
right.
me down now.
Are you ready for my second one?
Yes.
Okay. My second name for the boat is Respect.
Whoa, RESPECT. Find out what it means to T. What does it mean to you? Why did you name it Respect?
Well, it means because Gary wanted to bang Scarlett, but she said
Ooh.
self-respect, bitch.
Self-respect. Self-respect would be a good name, not to try to tweak.
Well, there's more like respect because they won the what do you call it? The chase, the boat chase.
Yeah?
No,
Yeah, the race.
the boat race.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
respect.
Respect that.
Some respects. That's why I'm just going with the respect
I like
in
it.
general.
I like it. Okay. And my last.
Respect to Marcos for all the cooking.
True.
Respect.
True. I like
What
it.
else?
2 solid names, Teresa. Two solid names. Okay.
Respect for
Oh.
great docking.
There you go. All right. Are you done?
Okay.
I don't want to disrespect
Okay.
your name by cutting you off, but
All right, you go.
okay. My last name, I said it at the top of the show. Barnaby Barnacle really coming through this episode. So, raising the bar, Nabi.
Ooh,
He's
I like
raising the
that.
bar,
Oh,
Nabi.
I got it.
On the
I got it.
entertainment. I know I like to go in twice for you to make sure, really drive it home.
Well, thanks, Jonathan.
Okay. So that's boat name this segment.
I
think
like it.
maybe
You got
one of-
some good ones too.
you too, Teresa. One of our most
Thank
successful boat name this segments.
Oh, very
I would
last
say.
minute. Maybe the last minute is the way to go.
Under pressure.
All my successful names come from when we are about to podcast and you ask if I have both names and I say, sure.
And then I see her run to the corner and start writing things
It's
on
like
her
I gotta go
iPad.
to the bathroom before you podcast.
Yes. All right. Well, that is boat name this segment. Guys, send us your boat names. Message us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Tell us what you guys are naming these boats. We love when you share your names with us. It's fun. It's something we like to do with you guys.
Yeah.
So keep them coming. All right. Let's get into this episode. Season 3, episode 14.
We are gonna kick this off with racing Locativa.
It is race day. The boats are in position. Lacativa takes an early lead, but Parsifal starts gaining on them. But Lacativa pulls ahead again, and it's a big lead. Lacativa is blowing them out of the water, no pun intended. I'm doing it like a horse race.
Yeah, I like it. Keep going.
Yeah. Wasn't it interesting? I don't know if you noticed this. Colin was the one sailing, not Captain Glenn.
Well, Captain Glenn was just telling them what to do. It was like, Kelsey, hold that. Barnaby, hold that.
Captain Glenn was also tending to the guests and explaining to them why they were losing, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah.
They're like, well, this is a big boat. Parsifal's a bigger boat. So, it's normal that we would be able to go
I thought
fast.
they were going to lose, but they won.
But it gets neck and neck, and Parsifal pulls it out in the end, and it's a photo finish. Yeah, they won. So Glenn kind of had to eat his words. Or maybe it looks more impressive that we shouldn't have won,
Yeah.
but we did. Let me
Guests are
say,
loving it.
let me say, easily, hands down, the best sailing experience of the season so far. That these guests got to race the boat.
Yeah, that's so true.
Because these guests, not a lot of drama. Let's be honest. Not a lot.
I was expecting way more from these
Not a lot,
girls.
not a lot. If you and 7 of your girlfriends got together on a yacht, it would be debauchery. You guys would be way wilder than this.
Oh, we
Bunch
sure
of
would be.
Well,
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess to be fair to them, they were an older bunch. Not old, but they were probably 20 years older.
I don't think so. You think they were in their 50s?
No, I guess not.
I
think
doubt. I'm going to say like late 30s, 40s.
There was
Some
an
of
age
them
range.
maybe early 50s.
there was
Yeah.
an age range. Yeah, but they
But-
kept it cool. They kept it classy.
Yeah, way too cool and way too classy.
But they got a boat race. So at least, I don't know if Glenn thinks about the entertainment value that he's delivering to a Bravo viewer, but it almost seemed like this charter's coming to an end. We got to do something to spice up this episode. And they gave us a boat race, and it was fun.
It was great. I loved it. I wish we could see more of it because it was like 2 minutes, not even. Just
I would
like
also-
racing, losing, winning.
Well, it's not like NASCAR. These boats aren't going 200 miles an hour.
True.
I actually don't know how fast they are going at all. I don't.
Well-
It's in knots, I'll tell you that. It's not in miles per hour, but
Well- They were sailing, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see the other boat if they could have sent a camera.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And what's going on over there? Do they have guests?
Like dual screens.
Right. Split screen it. That I would have liked to see. But
Yeah.
enough complaining about it. It was amazing that
It
we
was
got
good. And I'm sure the guests, the guests loved it.
They loved
right?
it.
And that's why I also feel like this charter was very short because all of a sudden they're packing.
It felt short,
Right?
right?
They had one dinner, one race, and they're packing.
They still spanned it over 2 episodes.
They had 2 dinners. They had the 10
course and the
and then that cheapo looking
the wigs
dinner.
and sequence.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it did feel short.
Right?
Yeah. So as you said, the guests, they're packing. Daisy and Ashley are talking. And Daisy is checking in on Ashley. Wants to make sure Ashley's going to play it cool when they all go out tonight, and Gary inevitably gets a little flirty with Scarlett.
And Daisy was like, well, I'm trying to teach the girls to be a team, but Gary's ruining it. And I really believe that Daisy might be a little jealous.
See, now you're taking my side.
No, I said it last time too, but I also think maybe her making out with Barnaby, and we'll get there, is just to, woohoo, like, I don't care about you, Gary, but deep down, I think she may.
It's a little revenge.
I said it last time that I think she's jealous.
I wonder if Ashley and Daisy are able to actually bond over the fact that Gary has now set his sights on another woman.
I don't think so, because Daisy knows that Ashley is full of shit. So
I know, but I do think Daisy is a little jealous. I think Daisy's a little upset that Gary is showing Scarlett attention. So now Daisy can feel like, oh, you're getting burned too, Ashley. Gary's not showing you attention either. Me and you, we can commiserate. Misery loves company.
yeah,
right?
no, she's too above of all this.
Until she gets drunk.
Yes, but still, even when she got drunk, I will get there. I don't want to skip ahead. But she was still telling Scarlett, like, yeah, Ashley's full of shit. Just forget about Ashley.
So then we see on the deck Colin and Gary talking, and Colin telling Gary, you should let Ashley know that you have feelings for Scarlett. Prep her for what she's going to witness was what Colin says. And Gary says, maybe I won't pursue Scarlett yet.
Sure, Gary.
It's too late for that.
Gary, you've already pursued her.
It's too late for that. Yeah.
Yeah. But Colin is nervous that Ashley's gonna lose her shit again, because it takes toll on everyone. If one person loses their shit, it's fun for a little bit, right? It's entertaining for a couple of minutes, and then it turns into Debbie Downer, basically.
Yeah, you're turning Parsifal 3 into the drama queen.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's too tight of quarters for there to be this much drama. The other thing I wondered, speaking of tight quarters, we saw everyone swapping saliva. We saw everyone swapping spit over the last 14 episodes, right? Gary and Ashley and Gary and Daisy and Scarlett and Tom. And no one's getting sick. No one's coming down with a cold or COVID or anything.
It's the fresh sea air.
Yeah, or just their immune systems have been toughened up through this industry, because
I guess
everyone's just all over everyone.
That's very true.
Everyone seems healthy with the booze taking a toll on your immune system.
Also, booze cleans you up.
That's not true.
It's a disinfection.
That can't be true at all. So the boat docks and the guests disembark.
It is a disinfection. Why do you think I'm drinking a hot toddy? Because I don't feel well.
I know, but
I want that to disinfect me on the inside.
No, first of all, the alcohol's not strong enough to disinfect. It's 45%. And
well, what do you want me to drink?
Rubbing alcohol. That's normally what I put in your hot toddy, and you could tell that I swapped it out for something better. I want you to feel good. But the Botox, okay, I'm starting to think, and you could call me crazy, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I'm starting to think the suitcases that we see every episode, that they're just props. Because every charter brings 100 bags, and you never see these guests change that many times what are in these bags.
Well, I'll tell you this. You don't fly to Europe for a 3-day charter. You're probably going to stay at a hotel, you hang around. I doubt it that people would just go there to be on this boat for basically 2 nights.
That's a really good...
And fly back to the U.S.
You're not going to Spain from Canada or from Texas.
Exactly.
Such a good point. Yeah, they're on a week longer.
And not that they don't have the money to do it, they do. But I'm pretty sure once you are in Majorca, is it Majorca?
I think it's Mallorca.
No.
There's,
Menorca. Whew. Once you are in Menorca, I feel like you might want to stay at least a week. Come on.
Every time we go to Europe, it's 2 weeks. It just makes sense.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not fancy, but one luggage is not enough for me. I always have to make it fit because I don't want to pay for the second one.
Yeah.
But it's tough. So
that
if these peeps have all the money in the world to bring 3 luggages, I can see that.
Times 8 people.
If I could, I would do it.
All right. Maybe one day. Dream big, Teresa. All right. Tip meeting time, because these guests, they had a great time. Glenn gathers everyone together, says epic charter. The guests really enjoyed themselves. They enjoyed the race. Scarlett, welcome to the team. Marcos, well done with the 10-course meal.
Did you see Ashley making a face when Glenn was talking about Scarlett?
Welcome to the team.
Ashley, you're such an asshole. You cannot be a second stew because you cannot be a leader. If you are a leader, you have to be above all this BS.
You gotta be above, and you gotta raise people up.
Oh my gosh,
and
that's the most important
She's
thing.
so spiteful, she'd be unable. She'd be happy that her team was failing.
No, she would have to be there for her. She would have to be like, hey, this is how we do it. Don't do it this way. Let's do it this way. I'll teach you the right way so we both can succeed.
Yeah.
Not to watch her fail. And I feel like Ashley would love to watch her fail.
I'd be curious to see. I don't know if Ashley will come back for another season. She could. She's drama.
Oh, yeah. I hope she would.
She could work on the drama queen.
I love to hate her, but I love watching her.
But I wonder, will she have a career in the yachting industry outside of Bravo? Because who's seeing this would want to bring her on their boat?
True. Yeah.
I don't see many people jumping to hire her.
If she does a good job, maybe. But it's most jobs are about being a good team player, right? Mm-hmm. Every industry wants a team player. Like when you go to an interview, you usually say, I'm a good team player, and hopefully you are, because it's important. No matter in which position, if you're a boss or you're starting at the bottom, you need to be a team player.
You gotta work well with others.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'd be interested to see how her career progresses after this. But tip meeting, okay? The total tip, $16,400.
That's not bad.
Each person gets $1,820. Here's what I wish. We're 14 episodes in. I'm not going to go back and do it because I hate numbers. But I wish we were totaling the tips throughout the season, because I'd like to know, what has each person made at this point? It's got to be $15,000 that they've made.
At least.
You think this is a $1,800?
Let's say they made more or less $2,000. So let's round it up to 2,000 times 14.
Well, no,
that's 28,000.
It's 7, because it's usually one charter for 2 episodes.
Oh, you're right. Okay. So let's say it's more or less 14,000. Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. You're not paying for anything. You're not paying for food. You're not paying for room and board. You're just taking 14,000 straight to the pocket. That's pretty nice.
But also, how often do they have one charter a week?
That's a good point. Yeah.
We usually see them, okay, charter ends, and then you have the day to clean. They go out, and then the next day the new charter comes.
I think they're
so I feel like back to back. That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you do one charter a week, but still you make 2,000 a week.
It's not bad.
Not bad either.
To do that. Yeah. Again, you're not paying rent. You're not paying
Yeah,
food.
no,
It's
totally.
So, okay. After the tip meeting, Gary goes and talks to Ashley. And he does this weird thing. And tell me if you picked up on it. Because he goes, how are you feeling about us? And then he goes, because I don't think there is an us.
Yeah, he did that.
It was a weird tactic, almost like build her up, make her think there's a chance. How are you feeling about us?
Well, I just feel like he didn't know how to approach it. I wouldn't know how to approach it. What would you even say?
Honestly,
hey, Ashley, just to make sure there is nothing between us. I'm in touch with Scarlett, but don't be a drama queen. Like, how would you even approach it?
I don't know if this is the right way to go.
I don't think there is a right way to do this.
Well, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't approach her. I wouldn't talk to her about it. Right or wrong, she kind of did the same thing with Gary and Tom. She was playing both of them.
Well, but Gary wasn't into her. That was a little different. She is into Gary.
Okay.
I feel like if I was Gary, maybe I would be like, hey, Ash, I just want to make sure whatever happened, but I'm not into you like that. We're friends, we're coworkers, so let's just keep the drama out of the way. Let's have fun tonight, right? Like, we're good. Are we good? Are we friends? Something silly.
I think that's the right approach to take.
Right? You're welcome, Gary.
Ashley, as you said, as you named the boat, she just wants to be respected, right? She knows Gary's a hoe, faux show. And she says, we all know you like to flirt with everyone, Gary. This just comes down to a respect thing. I want to be, which is 100%.
Also my boat name.
That's what I'm saying. I gave you credit. I said, as you named the boat, which is good for her to say. Whether she believes it or not, we should all be respected. We should all respect others.
True, but I don't believe she does, because then she goes, I literally don't care. You guys can do whatever you want. Like, I don't care. I'm okay. Everything's fine.
No, I get right.
As a person who's okay with things, does a person say that? A person who says that's okay with things? No.
I don't know. I just do think she's into Gary. I do think she's not going to try to stop her or stop Scarlett and Gary from hooking up. So in that sense, I feel like it's, do whatever you want. Don't worry about me. I get it. You're not into me. So I kind of believe her when she says that, do whatever you want. You can do whatever. And I believe her and I agree with her when she says you should respect me, because I think that's all you can ask for. You can't ask for, oh, be with me, please. I want to bang you, please. But you can't ask for respect.
Well, that's the thing. She says the right things to his face. She said the right things to Gabriella's face. She says the right things to Daisy's face in a way.
True.
She does not say the right things to the cameras. She talks to the cameras how she feels. She gets mad. She talks shit about Gabriella. She tells the cameras she should be the second stew.
True.
And then she told the cameras like, oh yeah, I'm okay with everything. Everything's fine. No, I don't buy it.
Well, you don't buy it.
So she can put a face on. Let's just put it this way. She can play cool in a way.
That's the job. That's the job. You can't get mad at her for feeling upset or jealous.
No.
You can only get mad at her for acting on those feelings.
Yes, but then she goes to Daisy and she vents. And that's where it becomes unprofessional. Because if you feel a certain way, just keep it in. Or, okay, tell the camera so we know. But don't act on it. Right?
I don't think...
She acts on things. That's why she's immature.
I honestly think, and we'll get to it, when they go out to dinner, I feel like Daisy acted on it more than Ashley. Daisy got drunk and started saying all crazy shit.
Yeah, but then she apologized and yeah.
Sure. I don't think Ashley's that in the wrong here.
I'm not saying she's in the wrong. I'm just saying that she's not okay with it.
No.
She's trying to play it cool. But then she goes and she talks shit about Scarlett, who can actually hear her.
True. Fair.
So how cool are you when you have to do that?
How about when Gary, he's talking to Ashley and Ashley's like, we know you flirt with everyone. And Gary goes, I was flirting with Scarlett, but we have a connection. When he called out that him and Scarlett have a connection, I'm like, you've known her for 2 days. You made out with her after 12 hours. The only connection is the one your penis is making with her vagina. How do you have a connection with
Some people feel it.
It's not a real...
We had a connection when we met.
I guess, but we were on a date. There was context of let's get to know each other. This could be something. It wasn't like we were just working together. You could feel something for sure. You could feel attraction. You could feel lust. You want to bang this person, but don't call it a connection. That's the same as being like, yeah, we're in love after 2 days. It's like, you don't know.
No, you don't know. But I can understand the connection part. Plus, they're on a boat, they're on a tiny boat. There's no way for them to have a relationship outside of this boat. Because they're back to back to back, right? Mm-hmm. Apparently, Colin has a relationship, but who knows, right? If he sees someone new, like Gary, and he's into her, it's like a relationship on speed.
I get it. I'm getting nitpicky over the word connection. You could be like, I'm attracted to her.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was trying to say. But also,
connection.
He had to claim her first because there is Marcos, there is Barnaby, there is Colin. Even though he has a girlfriend, but again, who knows, right? Yeah. He never talks about her.
There's Glenn.
So, exactly, there is Captain Glenn.
Yeah.
So, if he wanted her, he had to show her because there are other people who might be interested.
That's
and I'm
fair.
sure that, let's say, Barnaby is interested. Who knows who Scarlett into? Is she into noodle guys? They're very tall and skinny. Like, who knows?
Who knows? Speaking of Marcos, did you see Gary and Marcos? They were in the bunks. They're all just kind of like laying down talking. Marcos had his chef whites on in his bed.
He did?
Yeah, he's in his work outfit, laying in bed.
Because he has to wake up at like 3 a.m.
This guy gets no sleep. He's got to sleep in his work clothes.
I at least hope that it's a clean one.
That was my concern. You're in this greasy kitchen all day, and now you're going to lay in bed?
He looks very clean, so I would say it is. But I have to say,
It's like a doctor going to sleep in his scrubs.
well, when you get drunk, you have these crazy ideas. And I remember once me and my best friend, it was back when I was in Czech. We went out, we got like hammered, like super drunk, came to my parents' house. It was like 2 a.m. and we were supposed to go on a shopping trip the next day. And we were so drunk that we were like, let's just put the clothes on that we want to wear tomorrow morning so we don't have to get dressed.
Yep.
And so we were drunk, we showered, we did our hair, we put the clothes on, and we went to bed, right? We woke up in the morning, literally super hungover, our hair all over the place, makeup all over the place, wearing the clothes. Great idea,
Yeah.
but it wasn't because one of us ended up throwing up. Then we have to change anyways. But yes,
idea.
You get ideas. You get ideas.
Did you have
get,
that idea when you were drunk or
Yeah,
before
totally.
you got? It
Because
wasn't
we were like, we can save an hour.
it is a smart idea. I don't know if this is make believe, if it's a dream I had, but I think the only time I've ever done that was when I was traveling. I think I had a super early flight. And so I think I had to get up at like 3 a.m. or something. So I showered that night and put on my clothes. And
Really?
I don't know if that's true or not, but in my head, I think it's true. You know, sometimes you just
Yeah.
have these thoughts in your head. You're not sure if they're real or not. This is one of those times.
Yeah, but no, we totally did this. But
Oh, I believe you did.
I wouldn't do it again because there is literally no point. But
Yeah. It was
I
A for effort.
get the idea. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Everyone gets ready to head to dinner. We start with the girls' van. We start with the guys' van.
Yes.
And because we have a girls' van, Kelsey's got an idea. Kelsey's got a game she wants to play. She goes, Scarlett, you've been on the boat for a charter now. You know all the boys. Let's play Fuck, Marry, Kill. Are you familiar with this game?
I've heard of it.
You,
Yeah.
you understand how it's played.
Yeah.
You pick a guy to fuck, to marry, and to kill. And when Kelsey throws this idea out, Ashley immediately chimes in and just says, kill Gary. And then she's like, ha, 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 ha. Kill Gary. Scarlett wants to play it for real, though. So she's like, okay, well, fuck Gary, she says. Okay, not shy about that. Marry Colin. Okay? But she can't kill any of them, she says. She wouldn't kill any. Wouldn't you want to marry a chef? That would be.
I would absolutely want to marry a chef.
Marry the
sorry.
chef.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my love.
I can't even get mad at you for that. I would marry the chef too. Of course. It's a no-brainer, especially a chef like Marcos.
Yeah.
So.
And if I had to kill, I would probably kill Barnaby because he doesn't really work 100%. He steals candy. No one wants that.
Yeah. Okay. You kill the newbie, I think. You haven't grown an attachment to him yet, so he's disposable. You can kill the newbie. Yeah.
I cannot say the fuck part because I'm married.
You take it easy over there. I don't even want to know. All right. They get to the restaurant. Gary and Scarlett, they sit across from each other. Like, they tried to turn this into a date. We kind of talked about how we felt the connection because we were on a date. Gary tries to turn this into a date. He even says, oh, let's pull the table apart, right? Let's slide the table apart, Scarlett.
Gary.
And then he's like, I'm going to get candles, everything. This is his game. He's so forward with it. And
I mean, you
guess,
have to be. You're on a boat.
I guess, right, from day one, he's kissing her in the laundry room or whatever it is. He's not playing coy. He's pulling the table apart, saying, let's get candles. He's very forward.
And that's how we know that he really was not into Ashley because it wasn't that he was taking it slowly. He wasn't into her because he's not taking it slowly at all.
He's not taking it anywhere.
So he just wasn't into Ashley, as she says, everyone wants me, everyone's into me. Yeah, no.
Except your boyfriends who were banging your sister in high school.
Actually.
Did you see Barnacle trying to eavesdrop? Like, he was just sitting there not talking to anyone. The guy loves the drama.
Oh, yeah.
Just sitting there watching Gary and Scarlett.
Just like drinking 2 Moscow Mules at the same time.
Was he?
He was like, he had like 2 glasses with like 2 straws in his mouth, like
raising the bar. Nabby. Good for him. So then Gary gets up, leaves the table, and Barnacle asks Scarlett, I think this is what he said, I don't know, but I think he said, Scarlett, have you snuggled Gary? Was that the word he used?
He said, oh my gosh, maybe, or snugged, or smooched, or I don't know.
And Scarlett doesn't know either.
Yeah.
And so Daisy goes, have you kissed him? She wants to know too.
That was British English.
Scarlett says, it's just fun. It's entertaining. I'm not doing anything wrong. And Daisy goes, Scarlett, let's cut the bullshit.
Yeah, she's like, don't fucking bitch to me if he comes and bites you in the ass. Whoa.
You're going to tell
Daisy.
me. You're going to tell me Daisy's not into Gary?
Oh, she is. Absolutely.
Come on. She heard that they kissed and she snapped.
But I think she also realized right away that she crossed a big line.
She was drunk. It slipped and she realized, oop, this is not professional of me. And so she reels it back in.
Yeah. And Scarlett was like, I'm really fucking annoyed. And Daisy's like, Scarlett is about to crumble or explode. And I love that Scarlett walked away, that she didn't lose it there, because I felt bad for her.
She started crying.
Imagine your boss attacks you like that in front of everyone when you were the new guy.
And isn't it interesting that Daisy did attack Scarlett, right? She didn't attack Ashley.
It's because she knew that Gary wasn't into Ashley. She knew that Ashley's trying hard, but Gary wasn't into her, right?
She didn't need to step in and get between them because Gary wasn't going for it. That's so good. That's such a good point. Yeah. And Scarlett does. She gets up. She's crying. She leaves. Gary gets up to go after her, but Daisy realizes, I think, what she did.
Yeah.
So she gets in between and goes, I'll take it from here. And they go down and sit and talk. And Daisy's like, I'm on your side. I shouldn't have done that. I want my girls to love each other and to be a team. Yeah, I think she was just drunk. She realized she slipped up at the table.
Yeah.
Which I always say, a drunk mind speaks a sober heart.
Absolutely,
She
but
said
she
what she
crossed
felt,
the line.
But she realized she crossed the line. She realized she needs to be professional and put her personal feelings aside.
And I really appreciate Scarlett being professional, even though everyone was drinking, because she said, I appreciate you talking to me, but I need a moment. I'm sorry. And she walked away.
Right.
Instead of like getting deeper into the drama or crying more or talking shit about other people, she walked away, and I loved it. Because in the midst of all this, Daisy dropped that, Ashley's full of shit.
See, and first of all, I don't know where that came from. But second of all, that's not professional.
No.
Bashing another one of your coworkers, your subordinates, whatever you want to call them, whether it's in front of their face or behind their back, it's not professional.
No.
I don't know where that came from.
I think it was from the fact that Gary was trying to, not Gary, but they were both trying to like pursue Gary, or Ashley was trying.
Yeah.
But Scarlett wasn't. Gary is after Scarlett. And basically saying that, Ashley is just jealous. She's full of shit. Because you remember, Scarlett heard them talking shit about her, especially Ashley.
Yes, I do recall that. I do recall that. Yeah. Yep. So Daisy kind of smooths things over. Scarlett says, I just need a moment. And she leaves. And right on cue, my boy Barnacle comes in.
Just wearing a sparkly purse.
I think it was Daisy's purse. I think maybe
I love it.
Maybe he was bringing Daisy her purse. But he was also bringing 2 glasses of wine.
I'm telling you, he's into her. And I've told you this the first time we met him.
Right.
And he made a comment. He's so into Daisy.
So into her. But preying on her in her moment of weakness, I was just like, within a half second, before Scarlett could even think, I think I'm going to stand up and leave, Barnacle's there with 2 glasses of wine. I
mean, why not? Daisy has a strong enough personality to send him away if she wanted to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's all about timing.
He's learning from Gary. You just got to go.
You got to go for it. Yeah.
You got to go for what you want. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll finish up dinner. We'll get back to the boat. We'll talk about all that debauchery. But we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Ahoy, Jonathan.
You forgot my name?
Ahoy.
Ahoy, Teresa. All right, let's finish up dinner here because the unisex vans, they're done. We're going to mix. We're going to mingle. We're just going to get sloppy in these co-ed vans.
Yes, we have 2 cabs. 1, Barnaby, Daisy, Gary, and Scarlett.
Oh, yeah.
2 new couples. And then the rest in the second cab.
These vans, it's funny to see the juxtaposition between the van to dinner and the van home from dinner.
And we see Barnaby going for a smooch.
It was the worst kiss ever.
Oh, my gosh.
It was the sloppiest, awkward. It was... I can't even describe what kind of kiss it was.
It's because they were drunk, and I don't think Daisy really wanted to. But she was like, who cares?
No.
And I think Barnaby was just so happy.
When they got back to the boat and Barnacle and Gary kissed, that was more passion. I felt more passion.
I love that.
I felt more passion in that kiss.
Did they actually kiss?
I think it was like a little nose to nose.
Oh, I love that.
A little nose action. Yeah, it was fun. So everyone changes into their swimsuits as they do. They hit the hot tub. Gary and Scarlett being very affectionate, very intimate, and Barnacle peeing off the side of the boat.
Oh, my gosh.
So unprofessional. To me, that's a fireable offense. If I was Captain Glenn and I saw him peeing off the side of the boat while it was docked, I would be like, you're done. Pack your bags.
Yeah, that's gross. But I don't know if it's offensive. I'm not a I'm a co-captain.
He's whipping it out on a $20 million yacht in port.
Into the water.
Everyone's around you. It's just not classy.
It's not classy at all.
We're supposed to be we are supposed to be the picture of class here.
Did you see the jacuzzi?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone does anything classy.
Maybe class action lawsuit after you pick up some diseases in that thing, but not classy.
But yeah, that was gross.
Yeah, so shots start flowing. Gary's singing about how pretty Daisy is, pretty like a flower.
There was Gary, Daisy, Colin, and Ashley doing shots inside. Then we see Gary back on the dock, just like making out with Scarlett.
It got hot and heavy.
And Marco's sleeping, classic.
And Glenn's sleeping.
Yeah, and I think Colin went to bed. Like, these guys are always taking it very, very easy. Very responsible, yeah.
Yeah, there's the wild children, the wild childs, and then there's the more mature.
Oh, yeah. And Gary is flirting with Scarlett hard.
Yeah, like 2:10 a.m. everyone goes to bed except for Gary and Scarlett.
And he wants to bang her. He tells her. And she's like...
So forward. So that is his game. It's not even game. It is so. It's The Office when Ryan is being so straight to Kelly. And Kelly's like, what kind of game is that? Like he's telling me exactly what he feels. What kind of game is that? That's Gary just being so straight, so honest.
I mean, good for him. But Scarlett is like, no, self-respect, bitch. I'm going to bed.
Good for her.
Oh, yeah.
Very good for her.
That's why I like Scarlett. I think she is smart.
Yes. And she knows if she wants it, she can get it the next night or the night. And Gary probably wouldn't even remember if it happened this night.
And she also knows that this would bring so much drama.
But here's the thing. Everyone's asleep.
True.
There is a way to do it without anyone knowing.
Yeah, but they're on the boat.
What happens on the boat?
She bangs with Ashley.
She what?
Banks.
I would tune into that. Bunks?
Oh, she bunks with Ashley.
She bunks.
I'm sure Ashley's waiting for her to come back.
But they could go sneak off.
Timing her.
Come on, where did Ashley and Tom bang? In the guest cabin.
Yeah, we all knew it.
On camera we saw, but my point is they're all asleep. If they wanted to sneak off to a guest cabin, they probably could.
True.
But no respect to Scarlett.
Yeah,
for putting her foot down and not going with it. So, okay, next morning, everyone getting the boat ready for the next charter, clearly struggling a little bit. I really don't know how they do it. Tell me your secrets, guys. How do you not get hungover? Because I get the worst hangovers.
I mean, Scarlett looks fresh. She's just eating her cereals.
Fresh as a daisy?
Oh.
Not really. Daisy
not really, but she looks fresh.
Yeah, they're all doing their thing. Glenn is showing Gary that there is a storm coming in. It's not Storm Ashley. It's not Storm Daisy. There's another storm coming in. The winds are picking up. And so they're planning to take the next charter out into some calmer waters. They're going to have to anchor out there and basically do the whole trip offshore.
And Glenn was like, yeah, it's getting busy there, so let's go. So many freaking boats.
Yeah?
Did you see?
No.
It was filled with little boats.
What do you mean?
And I was almost, that little bay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a port.
And I was, well, I know, but I was thinking, if this storm gets crazy, they're going to start hitting each other.
Well, that's why you get out of there.
Yeah.
Right? When the waves are all
Well,
bouncing
no, but
back
they were
and forth
docking there.
I know, but you've seen storms. You've seen hurricane footage.
Yeah.
Right, where they show you the dock and all the boats are blown over.
Well, yeah,
It's a
but
mess.
I'm saying they went to the safe bay, but the bay was filled with boats already.
Everyone was seeking refuge.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is if the storm got crazy, they would eventually start hitting each other because it was full of boats.
You got to hope that they all went to a place that was safe from the storm and they're fine there. Well,
what are you talking about?
I think they all left the danger zone and they got to a safe zone.
Yeah, but all of them got to the same safe zone.
Right, but it's safe.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You can have a bunch of boats in a safe zone.
But if it got dangerous.
But now you're putting hypotheticals. I'm saying they all went there because it's safe. That's like going to a bomb shelter and they're being like, there's 100 people in this bomb shelter. If the bomb gets us, we're all going to die. Well, yeah, but you're in a bomb shelter. So you're
okay, I get your point.
You're hopefully safe.
I get your point.
That's why they're all there. Okay, so Daisy goes and talks to Colin a little bit. She says, I've smoothed things over with Gary. It's all good. And Colin's like, all right, well, any jealousy? And Daisy plays it off like there isn't any. But even Colin knows.
Oh, for sure.
And
he's like, Daisy's full of shit.
He knows. And I've learned to look to the other cast members. And I've done it on Married at First Sight in saying, okay, if everyone hates Lindsay, it's not just the editing. It's us. It's not just us. It's everyone. Same here. If Colin can pick up that Daisy is jealous of the Gary, Scarlett,
everyone can pick it up.
Then it's not just us. It's really happening.
Yes. But did you see like Daisy was talking to Gary and showing him how she kissed Barnaby?
And this is smooth, Daisy.
Oh yeah.
You want to kiss Gary, so you come up with this little sketch to show the smooch, because Gary's like, oh yeah, you guys are kissing passionate. And Daisy's like, no, it was like this. You didn't have to do that. You could have done it with your hand. I probably would have done it with my hand if I was going to give an example. She goes,
how would you do it with your hand?
I would be like, it's like this. Just like that. My hand. You know?
You would like boop your hand?
I would just boop my hand.
Okay.
I wouldn't boop Gary unless I wanted to kiss Gary.
Exactly.
And she clearly wanted to kiss.
And we all know that. We all know that.
Come on, so obvious. And I don't know if you caught this. There's a way to receive a kiss. There's a way to kiss back. There's a way to pull away from a kiss.
Okay.
And so when Daisy went in for the kiss, Gary reciprocated. He went back into it.
Of course he did.
Of course he did, Gary, you dirty
G.
boy. Dirty G. What's that? Is that the new nickname of the boat? The Dirty G?
Oh, it could be.
The Dirty G. Yeah, all right. Preference sheet meeting time.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure I heard one of them say during the meeting, I don't know who said it, that this was the penultimate charter, which means the second to last.
Oh.
So I think there's 2 more charters left.
I missed that.
I know, it's just in...
Did you say penultimate?
Penultimate, second to last. Yeah. So I think we're going to have 1 more after this one. All right. So the primary here is Lane Merrifield, who runs a startup company.
From California to Canada.
They didn't give us much info on this.
No.
So I did my own research. I went deep.
Look at you.
Okay. Lane Merrifield. He is the newest, and you're going to like this, Teresa. He is the newest dragon to join CBC's hit show, The Dragon's Den. So the CBC is Canadian television. The Dragon's Den, see if you can pick up on what this is. He's the newest dragon. He's a wealthy man. He's the newest dragon to join The Dragon's Den. What show is it?
It's like Shark Tank.
It's like Shark Tank. It's Canada's Shark Tank.
What?
Yeah. So he is one of Canada's leading tech entrepreneurs. He's the founder of Club Penguin, the largest children's online social network. And at age 28, he sold it to Disney for $350 million.
Wait, is he 28?
No, at 28,
okay.
he sold it for $350 million.
Oh, wow.
This guy must be one of the wealthiest people to come on Below Deck.
Let's see the tip.
Let's see the tip.
And he's Canadian, so he's nice, as
And
Glenn
he's
said.
nice.
As Glenn said.
As Glenn said, yeah.
Wait,
So,
isn't
yeah.
Glenn Canadian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey. So joining Lane is his fiancee, Amanda, who he just proposed to.
Lucky.
So this is cool. Yeah, this is cool. They're gonna be celebrating the engagement on the boat with friends. And we learn Lane is a fan of molecular gastronomy,
I love it.
which is like science with food. Don't give me that
So-
shit. Give me
so
real.
wait.
Give me a big steak. I don't need it to be all fancy.
Wait, so Marco said, I like how it sounds. Marco said that molecular gastronomy is if you take a flavor and you intensify it and make it into a different shape.
Yeah.
So basically, you can have a pepper that looks like a pepper but tastes like a steak.
Something like that. I think chocolate or something.
I love it.
No, just give me the steak.
No, that's
I like it once. It's a
an
novelty.
Exactly.
It's a novelty.
An experience.
Sure,
yeah.
give it to me once. And then do I want to go through all that again? No.
I'm like obsessed with people who make cakes that look like real objects.
Wait, are you?
Oh my gosh.
You realize there's a Netflix show.
What?
That just sounded like the worst ad read ever.
What?
It
There's
sounds
a
like
Netflix
they're
show
not
about
guys,
that?
they're not sponsoring us. But the way I was just like, wait, what? Are you? Did you know there's a Netflix show?
I follow them on Instagram. I'm like obsessed with the videos.
What do you follow?
It's like random hashtags of like.
There's a show on Netflix called, I think, or Discovery Plus. I forget where it is, but it's called, see, it's not an ad. It's called Is It Cake, I think.
What?
And they make, a bowling ball into
Oh
a
my
cake,
gosh, you have
or
to watch
a
it.
red solo cup.
I'm always like so obsessed.
Oh, really?
So obsessed.
I'm pretty sure I put it on one morning for 5 seconds, just the trailer, and you didn't say anything.
I love it.
Maybe you didn't realize it was cake.
Many times I cannot tell what the real object is.
Oh, well, it's a whole game. It's literally a game show of like people guessing, is it cake or is it not?
I almost feel like I should try to make a cake that looks like my sneakers.
Maybe you should just try making a cake first.
Listen, I know how to bake. It's just you don't need sweets.
It's true. Neither do you.
I know.
Okay. So, yes, molecular gastronomy, it's tough. I think it's going to be very tough on a sailboat that is healing in a small galley.
Okay, I have to add to that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm also obsessed with?
Oh, boy.
People who 3D print food.
Oh, that's cool, I guess. Yeah,
All these perfectly shaped cakes.
that's cool.
Love it.
So you just put ingredients in the printer and then it...
I don't know how they do it, but I love how it looks.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, here's what the preference sheet says. Night 1, celebrate the engagement with a white party and a seafood spread. All right. Day 2, compete against the yacht crew in a Who's the Best Seaman relay race.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be some boat race type.
Oh, yeah, we saw the previews.
Challenges.
The tiny boats, the tiny yachts.
Oh, maybe it could be that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I tried to look up seaman race. It took me to some weird medical sites, and I'm checking my fertility now.
I
so.
was just going to say it took you to probably a porn website.
No, but that's it. Not that thorough of a preference sheet. And I freeze framed it. I went back and I freeze framed it to see if I can glean any more information. Nothing really that exciting.
The Canadians are nice.
A white party, some sort of race. Yeah, we'll see. So then we see Marcos prepping in his notebook. Looks like he's doing science homework. But
Oh, yeah.
I guess he's getting
You have
ready
to
for
prep for this molecular food experience.
gastronomy. What can't Marcos do? To be honest, you're just throwing things at this guy. Sushi night, 10 tapas plates, molecular gastronomy.
That's what Colin was saying at the dinner. I don't know if you missed it or not, but Colin was saying that Marco is really pushing the limits, and where does he draw the line? Like he's gonna get burned out.
Right.
Like he is doing things that no one else would ever do on a yacht, which is awesome.
But you can't say no. Here's what you have to do. You have to tell the guests beforehand. You have to say, oh, here's our chef for the charter. He's really good at tapas and he's really good at Italian food. And leave it at that. You can't just expect every chef to be a molecular gastronomist.
I honestly, Marcos is so amazing that I don't know who was on before him.
No, we didn't watch. I watched the first season, I think.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the previous season. It was this lady, but she doesn't, I don't know, she doesn't have the Marcos vibe. Like, she doesn't have the, I can do it all vibe.
He's so humble, too. He's so talented and he's so humble, which makes it amazing. I truly hope his restaurants just take off after this season because he deserves it. He's busted his ass. He's delivered.
And everything that comes out of that kitchen is amazing. And again, I can still believe that he cooks all that in a tiny boat kitchen.
By himself. No sous chef, right? No
one who washes the dishes.
No line,
no one.
No line cooks. Crazy. I would say, I could be wrong, I think he's the hardest working member on that boat.
Absolutely.
Forget Glenn, forget Gary.
Absolutely. That's the thing. Glenn was hardworking once upon a time. That's how he became a captain.
Now he just eats his matzo and watches nature documentaries.
The higher you go on the food chain, right?
You get more work.
That's the thing. You get more responsibility. So let's say if someone crashed the boat, essentially it would have been on Glenn. But he doesn't do all that work. And that's how it works normally. If a company fucks up, right, the higher up people will get the beef, but they will deal with the people who actually did it.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. Next morning, everything is getting tendered in, hence Love Me Tender, the boat name. They're tendering the provisions and they tender in the guests. And I'm not going to lie. At first, I kind of thought this whole setup was just for TV drama. Oh, there's a storm coming. We got to tender everything in. You can see how windy it is.
Oh, yeah.
There is a storm coming.
Yeah.
And so this is not made for TV. This is legit. Gary goes, tenders the guests in. Daisy gives them a tour.
Classic.
Gary, Barnacle, and Kelsey go get the luggage. And if they packed like the other guests packed, they're going to go back and forth 10 times to get all these suitcases.
I was nervous they might drop it into the water because you basically offloaded on that deck that's on the water. That's not
very sturdy.
Not very, very sturdy. Thank you. Yeah.
They seem to do just fine.
I mean, they have to.
So Glenn comes out to greet the guests and he's like, is everyone here Canadian? Bunch of Canucks? Oh, Canada? All right. He's trying to, and here's why he's a great captain. He's trying to make that connection before he delivers the bad news about the weather. Because he doesn't just come out and say, probably not going to sail. Right. From minute one, he's got bad news. But he's trying to make that connect. We're all Canadians. All right. We all got that bond. Here's the bad news. Probably not going to sail.
Yeah, he's like, so this is going to be the most polite charter.
Yeah, because we're all Canadian, right? We're going to be chill about this. Yeah.
But there is a storm, so we're not going to sail.
Yeah. So Glenn's dealing with the guests. There's a lot of Marcos thinking shots. There's a lot of the camera just getting him being pensive, thinking, figuring everything out. And I think it's foreshadowing a Marcos failure. And I don't want to see him fail. I hate to see Marcos fail. But there's a lot of these just shots of him prepping and looking stressed and preparing. I think it's setting up a failure.
Well, if he fails, I think it's going to be because of the news that he's going to learn in a bit. Not because he cannot do the more... Listen, worst case scenario, you take an apple, you dip it into a piece of chocolate, make it look like a chocolate, but it tastes like an apple.
Yeah. I don't think that's molecular gastronomy, but hey, for effort. That's the equivalent of you getting changed and doing your makeup and going to sleep and waking up and thinking, oh, look, I beat the system.
Exactly.
You didn't beat the system.
It's like my pillow was all black from all the mascara.
Yeah.
I was going hardcore on makeup when I was younger.
I know. We posted the photo of your topless.
Like eyes.
We posted the topless high school photo. If you guys are listening to this, it's probably down by now because it was only 24 hours. But
it wasn't actually topless. It was just bad choice of a top for a school photo. No one told me that they're going to take it from literally right above the shirt.
The photographer, should have given you a cardigan or just tilted the camera down.
They should have said something.
Or photoshopped it.
I was wearing a really nice polka dot shirt.
They should have photoshopped like a little bit of more of a top on you.
Not even that, just like Photoshop like...
Straps?
Yeah, straps.
Something. Help this girl out. Anyway, Daisy seats the guests for lunch. Food comes out. We're talking a ribeye with grilled vegetables, red snapper, grilled chicken, salad with burrata cheese. So good. And Ashley is serving them. And the guests go, I hope it's okay. We nicknamed you Smashley already. I don't know how they named her Smashley already. I guess
she was holding the champagne when they entered the boat.
A tiger can't change its stripes. That's my favorite thing.
He says this all the time.
Every time it cuts to commercial, I'm always like, a tiger can't change its stripes.
No. We dinner and I'm like, bon appetit. And Johnny's like, a tiger can change his stripes.
I think that's about Gary, but either way. And Ashley's like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's a great nickname. Actually, I fell out of my bed face first. I was shit-faced. So, yeah, name fits. And Daisy...
Speaking of a classic experience, Smashley.
Daisy sees her and overhears her telling the guests this, which is clearly not a professional thing to tell the guests.
No.
So Daisy calls her over and says, Ashley, yeah, the guests, they want to feel like they made a friend, but they also want to feel like they got a 5-star service. Mm-hmm. So I need you to...
Just laugh it off, but don't tell them that you got shit-faced drunk and fell down the bed.
Yeah.
Your face first. Yeah.
And surprisingly, to Ashley's credit, she agrees and doesn't fight back. You think she could kind of be like, no, it's fine. Like they called me.
Well, it's Daisy. She's always had a lot of respect for Daisy.
Good point. So then we get a little more rope swing. Nothing too exciting. No face plants.
Nah.
Here. And everyone goes and gets ready for dinner. This is when Marcos gets a text from his friend.
Yes. His best friend's mom died.
Not the text he ever wants to receive or needs to receive, but definitely not when he's prepping for this crazy meal, this dinner service. Yeah.
And he says he's like, the last thing I want to do right now is to cook.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad. Tough. We'll see. I think if anyone can pull it out, Marcos can.
Yes.
I hope he does.
I hope he does too.
But we also saw Tom leave. I mean, he didn't leave necessarily because of his friend's dad's condition, but... He cut his head open and he delivered. Marcos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Marcos is a trooper. All right. That's the end of the episode.
That's it.
Another solid episode. Below Deck.
Oh, yeah.
Delivering.
Only 2 more. I mean,
2 more charters.
We are on episode 14. So
it would be, if I do the math correctly, it would be 3 more episodes.
Why?
Because every charter gets 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So we'd get 1 more for this charter. Mm-hmm. And then there's another whole charter. So that would be 2 episodes. Then I don't know if there's like reunions and stuff.
I hope.
Yeah, we hope. We hope. Either way, we'll be with you guys to the end. So hopefully keep it coming. We're loving this season. Make sure you guys are following us on Instagram. We'll keep you updated on everything we're covering over there. So follow us at Married to Reality Pod. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening this very moment. Look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as hopefully Marco's molecular food.
Well, I'm going to show you the cake show. I'll show you the cake show. I think you'll like it.
I love it. I can't believe that people do. I saw a person make a cake that looked like her. Exactly.
What kind of weird
and it was like that. And I was
that?
like, who is that who's the person who's the cake? And then she stood up and she cut her in half. So that was the cake.
Interesting. Anyway.
I'm obsessed. Okay.
Thank you guys again for the reviews. If you haven't left one, please do. You can rate on Spotify. You can rate and review on Apple Podcasts. So please, we really appreciate it. That's it for now. I've said it all. I've said it all.
All
right. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.